Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Kitchen Politics. Today we're at a different location. We're at the Democratic headquarters at 4028 Weber. And although this is different from our kitchen, it's kind of the same because we're talking about what are good ingredients to make a good campaign. We've got a lot of different people who come and do block walking, they do phone banking, and when you put all this together, it's all these different ingredients together, you get a good campaign and you get a successful campaign. And so I just want to come and show you around and show you what it looks like here at the Democratic headquarters, and show you what it's all about.
I hope you'll vote for Bill White on November the 2nd, and for further information, please call the Democratic Party at 334-6179. Thank you.
Yes, here we're with Sylvia Samaniego. She's been phone banking all morning for us and hoping to get Bill White elected. So Sylvia, how's it been this morning?
It's been going great. As a matter of fact, I meant to come in and do the block walking, but had some plumbing problems, just like people have everyday regular problems. So I thought, okay, at least I'll be able to do the phone banking this afternoon. So, yeah.
Yes, and Sylvia's one of these very loyal Democrats that works very hard to make sure that Democrats win. So I'm familiar with her phone banking expertise, and she does a wonderful job. So what do you think about Bill White? I know that you're pushing him, so do you think he has a chance in November?
Oh, he's got a great chance. I think that just from what we have now with the $18 billion deficit that the state has, being number one, number two, that Linda Chavez reminded us of. Number one being that we're number one in the most executions. We're number two in having the highest dropout rates. We're number two in also having the minimum wage jobs in the whole United States. That's not something to be proud of. And so every time that I talk to the people and they tell me that they're voting for Rick Perry, I at least try to get that out, because at least it's something to think about. Because I can't imagine them voting for that record. And every time that I tell them, if you're waiting for them to, decide on a debate, he has refused to debate it.
That's right.
So I don't know what else they're going to decide.
Right. In addition to that, what the other deal that we're talking about is the 7-hour Perry that he only puts in 7 hours a week at his job, and so
yeah. I mean, I don't understand really how he's been able to stay in office as long as he has, and unless we have people like myself committed to getting out the word. And I love the plan that Bill White has, which is only 3%, and it makes it so doable. 3%. All we need, people, is to get 3% more of South Texas to go out and vote, and we win.
Exactly.
It's not much.
Exactly.
So, it's not going to take a lot, but it is going to take some effort.
Right. And here in Nueces County, we've got a number of Democrats who are registered to vote, and I really believe that if we get him out, he really has a big chance of winning. So that's the whole idea behind our coming to headquarters and making sure that we phone call and block walk to ask these voters.
Right.
Please come out and vote early, right?
Right.
And vote straight Democrat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
I mean, and I'm not even, as a matter of fact, I have my own precinct. That, thank goodness that we are Democrat, only by 60%, and that's still not good enough for me. But I am reaching out to other precincts that are swing precincts that are still more leaning towards Republican, because that's where those 3% are going to come out of. So, I have to put my precinct aside for just a little bit so that I can help out some of these other precincts that we can get some more of those voters out. So
very good.
We hope that.
All right. Well, you keep up the good work. We really thank you so much. Okay, and I just want to show you our volunteers. We got a group of volunteers working. There's Mark Skirka working hard on his campaign. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
And so we're really working here trying to get out the vote, the Democratic vote, and we'd like for you to volunteer. We can always use more volunteers. Please call us at 361-334-6179. If you'd like to be a volunteer, we need volunteers to phone bank. We need volunteers to block walk. We need volunteers to be block captains. And we just basically need volunteers to help out and make sure the Democrats win this November. So come on out. We'd love to have you here. It's all set up where it's convenient here. We've got food. We've got Super Saturdays here from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. We can use you from 9 to 12 on Super Saturdays. That's every Saturday from here to November the 2nd, where we have breakfast first, and then we go block walking for about 3 hours, and we come back, we have lunch, and then we do phone banking for another 3 hours. So please, whatever you can do to help, you can go phone banking, block walking. We would love to have you. So thank you. She's on the computer looking up her van list, right, Lisa? What are you doing?
That is correct. Since I am the precinct chair of Precinct 73, I have a total of 1,500 voters in the precinct. I'm working on the Texas van of the Democratic Party so that I can see which one of my voters that I can call on roads, and so they'd be able to help me either with block walking, talking with different candidates, bringing them into our precinct so they can meet our voters and listen to any issues that they may have, because I know they've got plenty issues. So working on the Texas van, I'm able to get in there and see who helped me the last time, just by the way they voted in our primaries and in our runoffs and in our November general elections.
So how long have you been there in 73 as precinct chair?
Well, since the year 2003 is the precinct chair.
So you've been working there long enough to know the people and how to work them to make sure that they come out to vote. Very good.
Absolutely. I'm very personable.
Absolutely wonderful. So in your precinct, is there any particular issue that the people in your precinct are worried about, or?
Yes.
What is that?
The biggest issue, and because I see them at the grocery stores, everyone is, or at least the people that I've talked to, our voters, they're very much concerned about the Medicaid and the Social Security. They go to the local store, get their prescriptions, and they're having to pay for more because their HMO or their prescription plan is no longer covering it. So I say, hey, you know what? I understand your concern. It's a great ordeal, but one of the best things to ever do is get involved. Be involved, not only with your party, regardless of how you vote. Just get up and do it. Participate in that civic. It's your civic duty to get up and participate anyway, or at least everybody should. I don't know that
and we want to
everybody
make sure that they vote Democrat, straight Democrat, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Exactly. I know that
Yes,
something
that's
was
true.
in the paper today, Lisa, that that talked about health care.
Absolutely. What happened is they covered an article, the local paper, regarding the, I suppose it was the debates between Democratic candidate Bill White and Governor Perry. And one of the biggest issues is because there's been so much funding that has been cut from these programs. Medicaid is one. The Department of Health and Human Services, the food stamps is another issue.
Yes.
And so last time what ended up happening is there were so many people who were affected by this because they were not receiving the right benefit they were supposed to get. So it affected everyone. As far as children, you know, the CHIPS program,
Yes.
this close to
whacking it off, and there's so many programs that are getting cut.
Absolutely.
And that really help the poor people, and that's what we're all about. The Democratic Party we're here to help the working, common, everyday person who has to get up and go to work every day.
Absolutely.
That works 8 hours or sometimes 2 jobs just to hold down the family, just to make sure that they're feeding their families. You know, we're in a really bad economic time right now. Yeah, there's very few people that are, a lot of people that are unemployed, a lot of people that don't have the means to support and on a daily basis their families. And so this is what the word we need to get out to the people out there is the Democratic Party wants to make sure that we're here to help you. And that's the difference between being a Republican and a Democrat, and people need to know that. The Republicans are all about self-interest, while we're trying to work for the little guy, the guy that gets up every morning, so, you know, and goes to work and tries to put food on the table.
Absolutely.
So it's very important that they come out and vote. You know, and I know that's not the first thing on the top of their head when they wake up in the morning. They're thinking, well, you know, I've got to get food on the table and I got to go to my next job to, you know, make sure that I get food on the table. But they're going to have to please take time, just a little of your time, to make sure you vote in November, to make sure that you vote for the Democrats who are going to help you. ultimately, right, Lisa?
Absolutely, and that's why I'm working on the Texas van list to make sure that my voters understand I'm going to be just as involved with them as I am on the social network of Facebook. I have a Facebook page, it's Precinct 73 Votes just for our precinct, and anyone who wants to join it, actually it is for anybody who wants to join it.
That's a good idea.
But what I'm putting on there is the ballot, the information from the county clerk's office, early voting, when to vote, the actual day of voting, the fact that they vote at our local school, which is a landmark in our precinct. So I just want to make sure
But we want to make sure they early vote, right?
Absolutely.
Early
Yes,
vote, which
that
means
too.
you can vote. Which means you can vote anywhere, anywhere you want. So right?
Yeah, so absolutely, we have to cover all aspects, whether, yes, it's very important to vote early, vote at your precinct, but just vote.
That's correct. Yes.
There are just so many issues that affect us.
All right. Well, thank you so much for volunteering today, your time and helping, especially your precinct, to get out and vote. So I appreciate your time, Lisa.
Thank you very
Talk
much.
to you later.